Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy 8 Poncho, back at you again with another video. Now, Harlem Spartans personally is one of my favourite UK drill rap groups. Now, unfortunately, a lot of the Harlem Spartans members are currently either locked up or have sadly passed away. Now, this next story that I'm about to cover hasn't actually got anything to do with any of the rappers from Harlem Spartans. It's just to do with one of the members. Now, he goes by the name of Snow, and if you guys don't know who Snow is, he's been shouted out on multiple Harlem Spartan songs. I don't actually know if he raps, but if anybody knows of any songs that he's brought out, I'd appreciate if you can let me know down in the comment section below with a little link so I could check it out.
Door and that, you know. Right outside. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that?
Come away from my door,
Yeah,
right
right
now,
outside
right
his door.
please. Come away
Right
from my
outside.
door now. Video shot me.
His mum's chatting shit as well.
Got hammer down doors. Bow, bow. With bro, that's no white. Go got my teeth on pause.
All the big bros do snow. All the big bros do snow. Gal says she want a trapper of the year. Like shit, I'll probably give it to Snow.
I'm cold to the block with bro. On the block with bro, that's snow. Get a pack gone quick, that's crow. 3 TY, 3 Lowski lose. Snow ST, 3 Sav.
She might get fried. And Snow the white trapper and me got Hannah Montana and Jackson 5.
Come off the chain, Snow. Come off the chain, bro. Come off the chain, bro. Come off the chain. Come off the chain, Snow. Come off the chain, bro. Come off the chain. Come off the chain. What are you on, Snow? What? Man screaming Harlem and that. Man screaming HS and that. What? Come off the chain, bro. Come off the chain.
Now, the Wales Online are reporting that Kieran Martin AKA Snow has been sentenced to 4 years and 3 months for running a county line in Swansea. Kieran Martin had 173 ready-to-go heroin and crack deals, a phone full of local postcodes, and had spent more than £100 on petrol for his drug delivery car in 4 days. He had boasted to police about how much money he was making in Swansea and told them he'd soon be out of prison and back in business. He also made remarks which taunted police and how long it had taken them to catch him. Swansea Crown Court had heard that he had spent £115 on the 4 days before his arrest, and how officers found a list of local postcodes in one of his mobile phones. Dean Pulling, prosecuting, had said that on the morning of October 23rd this year, police became suspicious of 2 men in a black Vauxhall Astra estate car in the city centre. The officers followed the vehicle along Walter Road towards the Uplands area of town, and following intelligence checks decided to stop it. When the Astra pulled onto Eaton Crescent, the officers stopped the car. The driver was detained, but the passenger, who was Snow and was shoeless and sockless at the time, had ran off and police officers gave chase. Now, we're talking October in Swansea, right? It must be really cold outside, so for him to run out shoeless and sockless, he really didn't want to get caught. He was found hiding in a garden near Bombville Lane. When police retraced the route Snow had taken, they had found a discarded bag containing 173 wraps of crack cocaine and heroin. The prosecutor went on to say that Snow was quite talkative when arrested, and he began telling officers about how long he'd been operating in Swansea, how much money he was making, and how easy prison would be. Snow had been quoted as mocking police by saying, "I can ride a little prison sentence, it's not long. I'll get 4 years and do 2 years, light work. Come back and I'll still be fucking up the streets making bare money. You lot took 3 months to catch me, boy, haha. Do you know how much money I made in 3 months since I've been here?" And then he goes on to snigger. "I blend in though, innit? I blend in though. You don't expect it, innit?" You gotta give it to him, he talks with his chest and it really doesn't seem like he gives a fuck about the police, so. When police backup had arrived at the scene, they had searched the Astra, a lock knife, 5 mobile phones, and a rucksack containing £590 were recovered. Officers also found 6 garage receipts for petrol from the previous 4 days, showing a total of £115.34 that had been spent on fuel. Mr. Pulling, prosecuting, said one of the recovered mobile phones contained text messages with local postcodes, and it's the prosecution's case that the car was being used for the mobile delivery of drugs. Also on the phones were bulk text messages sent to contacts, including ones which read, "Shop open all night, give me a call, and I'm about with good stuff." The prosecutor said numbers of the phone linked the defendant to a county lines gang, known to the police as the John and Claire line. Kieran Martin of Lewes Crescent, New Haven, East Sussex, had previously pleaded guilty, being concerned in the supply of heroin and crack cocaine when he appeared in the dock via video link from Swansea prison for sentencing. The court heard he had previous convictions for robbery, possession of an offensive weapon, assaulting a police officer, being concerned in the supply of heroin and crack cocaine, possession of heroin and cannabis with intent to supply, and possession of a prohibited item in prison, namely a knife. He was subject to 2 suspended sentences for drug offences when he was caught in Swansea. Guy O'Hayes, defending Snow, said there was an element of bravado about the comments made by his client to the police, but they were also a sad reflection of the reality of the defendant's life. He said that Snow had experienced a very difficult upbringing in the Lambeth area of South London and had become involved in gangs and criminality from a young age. He said such were the concerns about his vulnerability, his family had been moved to Kent, but he had maintained his association with the gang. The defence went on to say that sadly many young men in the defendant's situation saw being part of a criminal gang as a job and did not really appreciate the harm their activities were having on the community. Mr. Hayes went on to say that Snow wished his apologies for his conduct. Judge Gerrit Walters said the facts of the case were disturbingly familiar. He said the abuse of Class A drugs in Swansea was a scourge which wrecks the lives of pathetic users and has a detrimental and unsettling effect on the community. Addressing the defendant, he said, "You have been for a number of years a member of a criminal gang operating out of London. Over the years you have worked for them, you have become a valuable member of the team and effective operator. You and another male were in Swansea running a mobile delivery service. You unshamedly went about that business feeding the cravings of those individuals to feather your own nest financially. Police had recovered 173 ready-to-go deals. That is what you had left to sell. You'd been here for a long time, filling up your car 6 times in the days before your arrest. Business was brisk, business was good." The judge added that the taunting of the police upon his arrest was not born out of naivety, but from the feeling of self-worth you get from running with a pack. Giving Snow a 1/3 credit for his guilty pleas, the judge had sentenced Snow to 4 years detention for each of the 2 Class A trafficking offences to run concurrently, and activated a total of 3 months of the suspended sentences he was in breach of to run consecutively. Snow's overall sentence is therefore 1 of 4 years and 3 months. He will serve up to 1/2 of that period in police custody before being released on licence to serve the remainder in the community. So that's the story of Snow, and again how we've lost more Harlem Spartans members to jail. Now, I just hope that when the Harlem Spartans members come out of jail, I hope that they concentrate on their music careers, and I just hope that they get far with their music and they can leave this life behind them. But it's hard to break the cycle, and a lot of people don't really know when to break it. That's why I give props to Blanco that he's concentrating on his music and he's getting a successful music career. But more Harlem Spartans members are due to come out of jail soon, so we'll see where their career goes. Now, I know Snow's not a rapper, but if anybody knows of any music or any songs that he's put out, I'd appreciate if you could let me know down in the comment section below. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section below. Give the video a little like. Trying to hit 1k subscribers by the end of the year, so I'd appreciate if you're new around here, if you could hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. It's been your boy Poncho, and I'm out.